Shalom, shalom, fallen Yeshua. Welcome again to the Rock. I did started a series probably 3, 4, 5 months ago. I have no clue because I can't even find the video. Um, where I talked about 5 foods. Well, I was asked the question, what 5 foods would I grow as far as a economic collapse, shit is the fan situation. What are 5 foods that I grow? Most of you all know who are part of this channel that I grow 100% of my vegetables. And right now we're on our meat, and we are approaching, we're quickly approaching 50% and higher that. We get our eggs from here. So we're doing as much as we can to become as self-sufficient as possible. But in that video, which I can't find, so I can't link it, but I'm sure if you looked at my video history, you'll find it. Video 1 was the Jerusalem artichoke. That is the one food I would grow. For economic collapse, things get bad, yada yada yada, and even I grow it now. I grow a ton of it now. Many of you have purchased from me, and for those that have been part of the channel, you've seen I grow a lot of Jerusalem artichokes, and I state the reason why in that video. But number 2, which I think is a very, very overlooked but very important food, is this. Let me see if anybody knows what this is. Does anybody know what this is? If you said amaranth, you'd be correct. It is amaranth. I also have some growing. Now, I purchased that from Azure Standard, and I have some starting right here. Now, this is wild amaranth. The egg just grows here wild. There's some more I've started. Another wild amaranth. There's one in there I'm starting. So I'm starting a lot of amaranth, and there's a reason why. The reason why I'm starting amaranth is because 1, amaranth grows like crazy. And every part of the amaranth plant is valuable. The greens, you can eat the greens in the amaranth plant. The seed heads, which is what you saw there, you grind that into a flour. And you can use that for flour. You can use that for porridge. They've ground it down and made porridge out of it. They've made biscuits out of it. They've made breads out of it. They've made so many things out of that. Along with it being very, very nutritious for you, the greens, it grows, and the seed heads, not this variety, because this is a wild amaranth right here. This is what you're looking at right here. That is calcium for my chickens. But this is one of the seed heads. Now, this is not an amaranth that we planted. This is a wild amaranth. It grows here everywhere. You see it's growing there. It's growing there. It's growing there. And this amaranth, we haven't had a rain here in, well over a month and a half maybe. And it's still growing. Look at this. Now, this is in my tomato garden right now. Look at it. Now, these heads will probably grow to maybe half a pound to a pound each. So each plant will give you a half a pound to a pound of seed. Once it gets some rain, it'll shoot forth a lot. It'll put, once it rains and gets water, it'll burst with life. But that's amaranth. And so the leaves you can eat. The seed heads, now there's a giant orange amaranth, that if you grow that, the seed heads on that will weigh up to 10 pounds. The plant could be up to 5 to 6 feet tall and the seed heads will weigh 10 pounds. So for each plant, you would get 10 pounds. I gotta take this orange netting off. Ugh. I hate having those bunch of busy jobs that you have to do. But them seed heads will weigh up to 10 pounds. 10 pounds per plant. So that'd be 10 pounds for this plant, 10 pounds for that plant, 10 pounds for each one of those plants. And you can grind it down to make flour, which you can then make your breads. Also the stalks. Now these amaranth plants have very sharp thorns on them. I don't know if you can see them. But it'll get very sharp thorns. The giant orange amaranth, or some of the pink amaranths, or some of the red amaranths that you grow from seed, you won't have that issue. But for these wild amaranths, you will have that issue of thorns. But again, it's free food. The leaves are highly nutritious. Highly nutritious, the leaves are. You can cook them, you can eat them raw in salad, you can cook them like a mustard, and they're very, very good for you. The seed heads, so now you can look up all the nutrients. I'm not going to go through all what the nutrient value is. Obviously, it grows a seed that you can grind out into a porridge, so it's going to be high in carbohydrates. But it's just something, it hasn't been watered. I mean, I have not watered these amaranth plants at all. And look how they're doing. They're still growing. Now, once they get water, they'll soak it all up. They'll put forth the leaves really, really quick. It's like you'll watch it grow overnight, and you'll see the seed heads grow and get way, way bigger. So it's just one of those things that, I mean, if a bad situation were to happen, let's say you didn't have ready, available access to water. Well, you could grow amaranth. And once you get them sprouted and started, they'll take off by themselves, as you're seeing right here. So this area is the bottom half of my tomato garden, and I was going to plant some more stuff here, and I saw the amaranth popping up. I mean, look at this. Well, this stuff is not amaranth. The chickens like that, though. But also the stalks of the amaranth. My goats love them. Thorns and all. My goats will come in here and chew these all the way down. Thorns and all. They'll chew that down. Thorns and all. That's amaranth. So amaranth is a valuable thing. You can store the stalks, you can dry them out and store them for winter if you want to. So my idea this year is I'm gonna start with what you saw in those seed starts, but next year I'm gonna be growing a large garden of pure amaranth, and that's gonna give us tons of my house tool, which is now partially buried. I love this tool. Love this tool from Haas USA. Love this tool. It has several different attachments to it, but I love this tool. You just push it through, and that hook on the bottom will dig into the soil. Love this tool. But as you can see, I made one mistake this year, and my big mistake I made this year gardening is I did not cover my soil good enough. I did not put enough ground cover on my soil. So as you can see, we are moving tons of leaves into my garden to cover my soil for our fall garden. So we're getting everything ready for fall. But amaranth, grow amaranth. You want carbohydrates. You want something that will give you up to 20-pound seed heads. You'll probably get more like 10 to 12 to 15 pounds regularly if you do the giant orange. But you can get 15-pound, 20-pound seed heads. You have a green, and then you could actually dehydrate the plant, leave it there, or rip it out of the ground and pile it up and use that as a goat feed and my chickens love it too. Let me see if we'll go over there and just show you. The chickens love the stalk, they love the seed heads, they love the greens, they love everything. So I'm just gonna pick one of these greens. As you can see, that one took it and went off with it. They love it. If you pull off one of that's a smaller seed head. Once it gets, I mean, when these get rain, the wild ones, these seed heads will be probably 8 inches wide and about a foot tall, and they look like this. So late fall, that's what we'll be getting, but they'll eat the seed heads too. As you can see, that one just snatched it and ran off with it. It's an excellent feed. So if you want something that you could grow for yourself, you can eat. Gosh, I've been meaning to take this orange thing down forever. If you want something that you could feed to your chickens, feed to your goats, you can eat. My second favorite food that I would grow is amaranth. And then also, when those seed heads mature and the seeds start falling, you saw how small they are. That's how small the seeds are. When that scatters, if you have an area that's, just for the amaranth, the seeds will fall, and every year, by itself, drought tolerant, I would say damn near drought resistant, you would have amaranth growing, which is a perfect way to get yourself some summer greens and greens that you can store up, and something you can grind down to a flour, and something you could feed to your goats and chickens. Literally every part of the plant can be usable for your homestead and for you trying to be self-sufficient. All right, bless y'all. I hope this was a helpful second video. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to it. I'll be putting out video 3 very soon, and shalom. Amaranth.